Hello, my friends. This is the podcast that brings the wealth of knowledge, expertise, and fun of Twins Smoke Shop, New England's premier smoke shop, right to you, wherever you are, whenever you want it. And that's not just blowing smoke. You can find us at our website, notjustblowingsmoke.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Not Just Blowing Smoke.
Cool breeze in my head, bittersweet smoke flying through the air. It's the way I feel, smoking on fire.
Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Padron, and I'm here with Paul, Nick, and Dave, and we have Kendra here from the 724 Lounge, and she's here to introduce the drink that we are going to have with our cigar.
Oh, yeah.
What might that be?
Hey everybody, tonight I brought you some 1792 sweet wheat bourbon.
Sweet wheat.
Sweet wheat.
Nice.
This is one of our fabulous bartender Lisa's favorite bourbons. Lisa is a bourbon girl for sure. And
She is.
Lisa and I traveled around New Hampshire to get as many bottles as we could. This is a hard to get bourbon for sure. It's a great price point, but it comes in, you gotta scoop it up because it will be a while till it comes back on the shelf.
That sounds like a real fun drive.
Well, we didn't go too far. I mean, Lisa lives on the seacoast. I live here in the city, so you know, we got what we could.
How many stores did you stop at?
I think it was 3 in total.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's not bad.
That's not bad.
The hunt may not be over. I might go again.
Did you stop off the one in Nashua?
No, I don't go.
Good.
to
So there's a
Nashua.
chance I might be able to find a bottle.
Yeah, you should. You should. Pick up an extra one for us too.
I will do that.
All right.
Oh, so there's...
Very
So
good.
wonderful caramel in the front for sure. A nice spice finish.
Very smooth and sweet. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of those bottles that fly. I mean, not only is it delicious, but again, with that great price point, I mean, it's hard to go wrong with it. Here, it's for a shot, it's $10.50. I mean, you can't beat it.
No.
1050.
$10.50.
Fitty.
Maybe we need to raise the price.
1150.
Right,
1250.
Kendall.
We'll see what happens with that. Well, we are pairing this with a very, very special cigar. This is the Oscar Superfly Super Corona.
Yes.
We know that we did the Oscar Superfly Toro, the Super Toro, a few months back, but this is the Corona size, and let me tell you, this is one amazing stick.
Oh, yeah.
It is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper around a Honduran binder, and then there's Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Dominican tobacco in the filler. And it is a sweet, tasty stick. Paul, what are you picking up?
Oh, thank you, Dave. Right off the bat, you're getting that sweet, spicy, beautiful smoke. It's just phenomenal, and it does pick up a little more intensity than the Toro. But it is just absolutely a wonderful, wonderful cigar.
Nick, what do you find in the cigar? Don't unscrew your mic.
I'm trying not to. I was just turning it
Yeah, you're just
so it can
playing
come back
with
to
it.
me.
Particular.
I like to play with my mic once in a while.
Tobacco notes. Like, I don't know why.
You opened yourself up to that, dude.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
So what are you tasting?
A lot of spice. A lot of spice. Yeah.
Is it bringing out
It's bringing
more
out.
spice because of the bourbon, or?
I think so. You get a little sweetness that matches in there too with the cigar too. So the drink is bringing out some of the sweetness in the cigar. It's very nice. We should have got a cigar for Kendra. She's been down here a little longer than usual.
She's hiding.
She's hiding. All right.
It's not slammed up there.
No,
Oh.
That's
it's
usually
nice.
the reason.
There you go.
I do have to agree, though, that once you take a sip of the bourbon and you do take a drag of the cigar,
Yes.
oh, sorry, a draw of the cigar.
draw
This
of
isn't
the
a
cigar.
cigarette, Paul.
No, it is not.
You absolutely get more spice
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dave, what are you
Excellent.
picking up there?
I get a lot of spice.
What kind of spice, Dave?
Yeah, it's a bit spicy.
It's a bit spicy. No, after I took the drink, you're definitely getting a lot more spice on it. It's really smooth, like we said 1,000 times. Very spicy. I just love this cigar. I could smoke it all day. It's beautiful.
Well, we have a very special episode for you guys tonight. We are sharing with you what we think here at Twins were the best newcomer cigars in 2019.
2019.
2019, the best new cigars of 2019. And there were a couple of caveats here that, you know, we put into place as we were picking cigars that would be considered for this. It had to be a cigar that came out in 2019.
Yep.
Yes.
So this is not like the best of all time, everybody's favorite cigars. You know, we did that kind of with our top 5 episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is specifically the best new cigars that came out in 2019. And the second caveat was it had to be a regular production cigar.
Yep. No fancies.
So, like, for instance, the Aladino Corojo Reserva No. 4, which is an amazing cigar. And maybe even would have made it to the top of my list.
Yeah.
They only made 800 boxes, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's a limited run.
It's a limited run thing. So cigars like that we didn't include in
Yeah.
our top 10.
Maybe that's something for a future show that we can do, as far as the cigars that we like, the top 10 of the limited release cigars, because there's a lot of cigars that are not on this list that are in the limited range.
Yeah, TAA specials,
Right,
you
right.
know, limited releases. That may be something to consider. Sure, there's plenty of options for that.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know,
Oh,
that would
plenty
be,
of options.
that would be a really good. Although we've kind of already said what would probably be the top, the top cigar.
You're welcome.
Because if you have not had the Corojo Reserva No. 4 from Aladino,
You are missing out.
you are missing out. It is a amazing,
Big time.
amazing cigar. So what we're going to do is we're going to count from 10 to 1 on our list of the best newcomer cigars. So these are
Do we
cigars. Now the line may have been out, but that a particular cigar may have just come out. So maybe a new size, a line extension, that counts. But the cigar could not have existed before 2019. And one of the reasons we're doing this is all of these Cigar of the Year lists that come out, you know, so many of them talk about cigars that have been out forever.
Yeah.
And, you know, and most of them really are really good cigars.
Yeah,
that-
but we
that
already
make-
know that.
Yeah, we already know that. And so, you know, a cigar that cigar of the year should be something of that year. It's kind of like when you do the Academy Awards, you don't ever put Gone with the Wind back in the mix. It was an amazing movie.
That's
Maybe
true.
in
Casablanca.
all things considered, Casablanca might be one of the best movies of all time. But you're never going to see it again at the Academy Awards because they're rating the movies that just came out. That's what it's
Yeah.
about, celebrating what's new. So we're celebrating what's new.
Yep.
And since most people are not doing that, we here at Twins decided to share our knowledge and our opinions with you
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
for whatever that's worth.
You're welcome.
It may not be much, but
Hey, take it with a grain of salt, people.
here we go. So number 10, the Henry Clay Warhawk.
Ooh.
The Henry Clay Warhawk. That is probably my favorite cigar from Altadis.
Is it?
Yeah. It's my favorite from them. It's got a Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, and then Connecticut broadleaf as binder, and Honduran in the filler. It is a very, very nice cigar. kind of a light medium, some spice, some earth. Very, very nice. Everybody smoked that one?
Absolutely, I would absolutely agree with that. It's not a mild cigar by any means. I think the Connecticut Broadleaf binder kind of gives it a little bit of a lift.
Yeah, it gives it a nice oomph there.
Yes, it does, but still maintains, I'd say, like I say, a light medium to medium experience. A little bit of sweetness, smoothness from that Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Very smooth.
I liked it very, very
very,
much.
very nice. Yeah, very good. Number 9. The Baka by Romacraft. That is their Cameroon wrapper cigar. The binder and filler are undisclosed on that. Cameroon is one of these wrappers, or leaves actually, that is, I'm seeing come out more and more. Usually, when you think that, you're thinking Fuente, you're thinking the Hemingways or the Don Carlos.
Yeah.
Rocky Patel has a Cameroon
LFD
cigar.
LFD, that's
has
a famous
Cameroon
Cameroon.
line. Yep. And I was thrilled when I heard Romacraft was coming out with this, and I thought they did a really great job.
Nice.
I love that cigar. I really, really did. I'm not a huge Cameroon cigar smoker. But
remember
would-
you saying that.
I would absolutely have to put that as probably one of my favorites in the Cameroon category. My only complaint
Yeah.
is that the size I was smoking, the Bantu, which was the first one that we had received in the humidor.
That's the 4x52.
Yes. I had that on my ride home from work. Now, my ride home from work is no more than a half hour.
Yep.
And I had finished that cigar before I reached the door. So, I mean, I don't know if I was just hammering it a little too hard while I was driving. Sometimes they say if you're smoking a cigar while you're driving, you tend to hammer it a little bit more than you would if you're sitting back relaxing. But
Right.
I wish we had a larger size than that. I really do. I loved it very, very much, but that was my only complaint, that the size of it was just not long enough for the drive.
Just wasn't big enough for Paul.
I should have bought 2.
Well, I had that same experience. I have a 20-minute ride home, and I do power smoke a lot of my cigars. And that I finished in probably 15, 18 minutes. I was just like going through it, but it was a good cigar, and it would be definitely in my top 5 if we're talking Cameroon cigars only. It would definitely be in my top 5.
That could be another thing that we do at some point, is talk about our favorite cigars with a particular wrapper.
Yeah.
That might be,
That'd be interesting.
a country, that would be really good.
Yeah. Well, the Cameroon, in my opinion, the Cameroon doesn't get a lot of love.
Right.
In a lot of the cigars. It gets overlooked a lot of the times. And the Baka, the Don Carlos, you have LFD's Cameroon Cabinet Series, which is incredible.
And you've got the Don Lino Africa that's Nestor Miranda just came out with.
Oh, yeah, that was fantastic.
That's a great cigar.
You guys are lucky I haven't had that one yet.
That has a Cameroon binder.
Yeah.
And it is really interesting. The blend that he made brings that Cameroon out.
Yeah.
You can totally taste it, even though it's not the wrapper. And for me, that showed how important the binder can be to the recipe of a cigar too. We a lot of times focus on the wrapper and how much of the flavor comes from that. And while a lot of it does, the rest of the cigar means a lot too. It's not just creating intensity or balance or burn rate. It actually does add to the flavor, and that's a great reminder of that. Let's do number 8. Number 8, we put the Guardian of the Farm Night Watch from Aganorsa leaf. Oh, yeah. It uses a darker wrapper leaf, specifically a Corojo Maduro from the Jalapa region of Nicaragua. And that has a Corojo binder from Jalapa and a mix of Corojo and Criollo from Esteli and Jalapa. That is a really nice addition to the whole Guardian of the Farm series. I love those cigars.
I love everything that Aganorsa Leaf makes. There hasn't been one cigar that I haven't liked from them at all. And I specifically love the collaboration they did, obviously with Warp, with the Guardian of the Farm, the Apollo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then their own line with Casa Fernandez is phenomenal. But this Night Watch is probably one of my all-time favorites from them. that
Pablo
we have.
Maduro approves.
Yes, I
the
approve
Maduro.
of that. It's a delicious cigar.
Go figure.
Meaningful sweetness and spice. It's just awesome.
That's great.
Nice.
What are we picking up here with the cigar that we're smoking? The Oscar Superfly Super Corona.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And what are we thinking about the pairing? Was what I was going to say.
It is absolutely the drink is absolutely bringing out more of the spice. The retrohale is outstanding, outstanding.
I'm getting I'm getting more earthy tones. The spice has kind of settled a little bit, and more of the earthy tones in there coming out. Getting maybe a little bit of leather in there too. Just a little bit, just a tad bit on the palate and the right at the end.
Let me tell you something. You guys have to tell me if I'm nuts.
You're nuts.
I think this pairing is great. It's so sweet and it's got that caramel.
Yeah.
And that really kind of complements the.
It does bring out a little bit of
the
a
cocoa
yes, I
and
was just
the
gonna say
spice. When I take a sip of bourbon and then I draw the cigar, the finish I get is bacon.
Whoa! Really?
I get bacon. Somebody tell me if I'm just, full of it. But I get bacon.
Damn, I think he's right. Yeah, right at the end.
Maybe a little.
Right at the end.
I would dare
Bacon.
say some applewood
Applewood?
bacon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Applewood bacon?
Applewood bacon.
Not cherry wood.
That's pretty
No, not
specific.
hickory. Not plain.
It's pretty specific.
Applewood bacon. Oh.
So
But
you're picking up what I'm saying.
a
Maybe
little
you'd
bit.
use a different word, but
Maybe
whatever that
maybe meaty.
whatever-
Some
yeah, there's
meaty,
beefy-
salty,
Mo mama.
there's something there, man.
meaty in there. It is. It's something in there. I don't know if I would say
the
that.
taste,
but
I'm totally fine with bacon.
The tastes
course you
together create something new, and I love that finish.
that's nice. The drink is fantastic, though.
Yeah.
I love that deep caramel taste that you get there. It definitely brings out the sweet cocoa-ish note in there with the wrapper. It's really nice.
Very nice.
The finish with this drink is just out of this world. It's really, really good.
I could see now why it's hard to get. Why they went to 3 stores to get it. It's crazy.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Are you picking anything up that I'm saying, or does that just not make sense to you?
No, it makes sense to me. I'm just not picking it up.
Well, what do you get, Paul? What do your fine Maduro taste buds tell you?
I'm just picking up the earth and the spice. I'm not picking up any.
Bacon.
Well, I was going to say meaty or.
But
Dare
with
I-
with the
Umami?
drink in your mouth,
Yeah.
you don't get that.
Not right. No.
Nothing at all.
Do you get any of so the drink from me brings out a little more of maybe a cocoa note in there? Do you get that, Paul? A little bit of the cocoa note?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Because I feel that right on the last bit, when you exhale the smoke, you get a little bit of that cocoa note, which is really nice.
Yeah, the sweetness in the drink totally brings it.
That's what it is.
And then the spice
That's
from
what
the drink, it totally complements the
Yes.
spice of the cigar.
Yeah.
It's I take it back. It's maplewood bacon
Maplewood.
because it's that.
okay.
It's,
I'm
that's what it is.
I've just picked up a little bit of a smoky
Yeah,
mesquite.
yeah, that's maplewood. It's
But,
maplewood.
well, no, yeah, but I'm not picking up bacon though. It's like
I'm getting- it's
maybe it's. I do not want to use the word barbecue. Please, not with this cigar.
Does it have a bite?
Does
No,
it have,
it doesn't.
does
No,
it have
a little
campfire?
sharpness, Dave.
A little campfire, perhaps.
A little campfire and some smoke.
Some smoke.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, old man, spit it out.
Let's do number 7.
7.
Number 7, the Room 101 Farce Maduro, which is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. over an Ecuadorian Sumatra binder and Connecticut broadleaf, Pennsylvania broadleaf, and Nicaraguan fillers. That was a surprise hit cigar
Big
to
time.
me.
I was just going to say that probably surprised all of us.
Oh, yeah.
How good that cigar was.
You know,
And I used the word "was" because we sold out of it.
Yeah.
Quickly.
and props to Nick, because without him, probably none of us would have smoked it.
Well,
That's
I was,
true.
Yeah, I know.
That's true.
Well, I was interested in it, and it looked, I read the binder wrapper filler, and I was like, oh, okay, well, some really good tobaccos in there. Let's see how this goes. And
Some really good tobacco notes.
yeah, some really good tobacco notes. And I'm no stranger to smoking everything across the board, whether it's a Connecticut, San Andreas, Cameroon, everything. And when I lit it up, I had that really intense spice hit me right in the face, and I'm like, okay, well, they've gone back to the drawing board, and they said we need to do something different. And I've had Room 101 in the past, and I wasn't pleased with their cigars, but this one is a new age. It's like NASA making a new rocket ship or something. I don't know. It's completely different from what they used to do, and I was extremely pleased. And immediately I was like, Danny, you gotta have this.
Yeah.
This is great. So I bought him one. I was like, you gotta have it.
And I smoked it because he bought it for me, and I'm really glad you did, man. That was an
Yep.
and one of
Likewise.
the strongest cigars I'd had
Yes.
in
Yeah.
years.
It's amazing right off the bat when you take that first draw. It just wow.
Bam.
And it's a Maduro.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not a Corojo or any other type of natural wrapper. That is a Maduro, and usually they kind of tone down the
Right.
intensity level.
Yeah.
That intense spice was right there.
And it
Beautiful.
doesn't. And the wonderful thing I love about the cigar, it doesn't let up.
No.
It's 0 to 100 real quick as soon as you light it, until you got to nub it or put it in your pipe or
Yep.
put it on a toothpick or something, and it's just a good cigar throughout.
And I'll tell you something too. I don't often feel the Nick hit on cigars.
Yeah.
I felt it big time with that one.
Yeah.
I was a very happy, mellow person by the time I got to, halfway through that cigar, and by the time I finished it, I would have said yes to just about anything. It was just very, very.
Can we give him a round of applause for making Room 101 so
yeah.
great?
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you. That was
Thank
great.
you. Very good cigar.
And to you too, Nick.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Awesome.
Now, number 6. The Illusione Epernay 10th Anniversary Dosta. Like the regular Epernay line, it's a Nicaraguan Puro, and it's not exactly the same blend as the regular Epernay, but man, that cigar was really, really good. Super smooth, really nice, medium bodied.
Yeah.
Just the right amount of spice to go along with that. Creamy, dreamy, wonderful, wonderful cigar.
And in talking to Dion when we had him on a few months back, that is the kind of cigar that he really loves to smoke. Is
Yeah.
that light, medium to medium body, the Epernays, and I can only imagine, because I've had Epernays that have been aged for 5 or more years, and they just absolutely get better and better. They become a little sweeter,
Yep.
smoother. I would love to be able to put one of those and stash in my humidor for 5 years.
For 5 years, 10 years.
The problem is,
It wouldn't
the way I
last.
smoke, there's
Yeah.
no way that would ever happen.
wouldn't last.
But I can only imagine how that would be 5 years from now.
The only way we'd be able to do that is if we gave a box to LFD Steve.
Yeah.
I know.
And Steve Poirier, and just told him to keep it in his little, box for us.
And don't forget about us 5 years from now.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, make sure that we have numbers, emails.
Yeah. Be like, we'll be calling upon you in 5 years. Make sure you have that box there.
Oh my goodness, what a good cigar.
Yes.
Number 5. The Aroa Yamastron.
Yamastron.
That is a Honduran Puro, and it's named after the Yamastron Valley, the most famous growing region in Honduras. Christian Aroa makes awesome cigars, and they have the added benefit of being able to have total control over things because they own the fields, they own the whole process from start to finish. And another thing that's really great about them is they don't sell their tobacco to other people. So the only way you get that is to smoke their cigars.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique experience that they create, and that Yamastron is just incredible.
Yep. Spicy, smooth. The pepper, the intensity level picks up, somewhere around the third to half mark, and it's just unbelievable full body cigar.
That's awesome.
Yummy.
Is anyone picking up anything different or new with the Superfly?
I just love the pairing. It goes so well. The drink is so sweet, and then you get a lot of the sweetness from the cigar from it.
Right.
And I'm totally loving that
But
maple bacon finish.
It really does bring out sweetness in the cigar that I don't think you would appreciate without the drink.
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
because this cigar, outside of the drink, is very earthy, a very dark cocoa, unsweetened kind of a cocoa taste, a healthy amount of pepper
Yes.
in the retro.
Oh, yeah.
It is a strong cigar. I remember when we were smoking this, the Toro size, that this was Oscar Valadares' attempt at a full-bodied cigar, and
Nailed it.
we had smoking the Toro. Kind of thought medium plus ish. It was strong, but not what we would call a full-bodied cigar to our palates.
Right.
This is a full-bodied cigar.
Oh yeah.
And it's full body from the start.
Yeah.
It took a while for the Toro size to really catch on. Like,
Yeah,
I remember
it went from medium to medium plus.
to medium full to full to medium full to full, but it never really got past that.
Yeah.
This has been full body right from the start.
Yeah, yeah. So I think this is really my favorite size of that whole series.
Oh yeah.
Number 4. The Romacraft Intemperance Whiskey Rebellion. Now, this cigar had been out, but it had not been a cigar that could be national up until this year. And so that's why it makes the list. Romacraft has the prestige of being on our list twice.
Yep.
And
They deserve it.
I have to admit, I'm very fond of Romacraft.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Hashtag aromatherapy.
Yes.
I've created hashtags for them and everything. It is an Ecuadorian Habano Ligero wrapper over an Indonesian binder, and the fillers are from the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. And that is a spice bomb.
Yes.
Yeah.
A spice bomb of a cigar. And really, really good. I was really hesitant to try it because
Really?
when you make a cigar for a particular shop or whatever, and so it's kind of like a special store brand kind of a thing. You think it's going to be Romacraft. It's going to be good, but is it going to be really something that you could bring national and have it be a huge hit? Man, it was awesome. It blew me away. I love every size that I've tried so far of that. They make a number of sizes. We have 3 of them here in the store, and unbelievable cigar.
Sure.
Anybody else want to add to that description?
Well, they are the Jefferson, the Hamilton,
And the Bradford
and the Bradford.
are the ones that we carry. Yeah,
Yeah.
wonderful.
It's spectacular. It is a good smoke, man.
Yeah.
It
I've gotten many a regular turned on to the Whiskey Rebellion in the Hookset store.
Yeah, we have that too. And specifically, it's funny because I like the Jefferson and the Hamilton best.
What size is that?
Those are the 4x52 and the 4x40.
Okay.
Okay, The Bradford, which is the 5.5 by 56, that seems to be the big hit.
Yeah.
We've got a certain number of, I can't remember how many boxes we got. We got the same number of boxes of each size, and we have sold through the Bradford, the biggest size. People are really digging that cigar. They're getting totally hooked on it, and I'm really happy about it because that's just awesome. All right, number 3. The Micarita Tricky Traca by Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust.
Steve Saka made the list.
Yeah, go Steve.
Unbelievable. That is a number 1 dark Corona Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and Nicaraguan and Dominican Ligero fillers.
Yes.
It is a souped up, tricked up Micarita.
Yes.
It is not, it's those same tastes that you get from a Micarita, but it's all ramped up
Yeah, it is.
with just a little bit more spice because of that Ligero that's in there. I just think that cigar is dreamy.
Yeah, it is.
So good.
It's very, very good. I can't decide either whether I like the 648 or the Robusto better. I can't. The 552, I think he calls it. Any of you have a favorite between the two of
The
those?
648 is my favorite.
The 648's yours?
Yes, yes.
Probably be the. I think it's the 556 that it's called the Robusto.
Is it a 556?
I think it's called the 556.
We're going to have to do a fact check. Fact check. It is the 552.
I guess that's wishful thinking on my part.
You just want everything to be bigger.
It would be nice. You
That's
know
what she said.
Yes,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
I'd love, as good as those cigars are, I'd love to have it in a Grand Buffalo size.
Grand Buffalo.
Oh my
The
god!
Grand Buffalo Tricky Traca.
If he makes that, I'll buy every box that comes through here at Twins. I would. I absolutely would. Because I love the Micarita, the Grand Buffalo. That is.
And you smoke it in 45 minutes.
Yeah, I do.
Or less.
It's not that big of a cigar.
Wow.
It's not that
So
big.
says the double digger master.
Well, we have enough customers in
no
the store
master.
that love the larger ring sizes,
Yeah.
which is why I think the Bradford sells out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And the bigger ring gauges and other lines sell out quicker. I would absolutely agree with you that if we did bring in a larger ring size, that would absolutely probably be the fastest seller in the Tricky
That would
Tracker line.
fly.
Yep.
We do, like you said, Paul.
Superfly.
Oh, yeah. Well, like you said, Paul, we got a lot of guys that come in and do the 80 ring gauge for asylums.
Yeah.
They clear out boxes. We have a gentleman that comes in and does the 770s like nobody's business.
Yep.
And we just got a lot of guys that come in and buy those big sizes. If that was on the shelf in a Grand Buffalo size, forget it.
I agree. It would sell big time.
Yeah.
It would sell big time. Number 2.
Two.
The 724 1874. Specifically, the Toro size is what we're talking about.
Yes.
1874 has been out for a number of years. The Toro size came out this year. The blend was tweaked a little bit, and let me tell you, that tweaking made all the difference in the world. The 1874 was a fine cigar before, but now it is amazing.
Glorious.
It is one of my favorite new cigars. Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, Indonesian binder, and Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers, just a little bit of Honduran. It's an awesome medium-bodied cigar. Lots of cedar notes, a little bit of spice, smooth, creamy, but medium-bodied. It's not a light cigar.
No.
Solid medium.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful cigar. If you have a chance to smoke one of those, you will not be disappointed.
And if you have, smoke it again.
that's one of the few cigars that I literally could not put down. I mean, when we had was that when we had Bo on?
Behind Bo on,
Yeah.
that time, and that was the first time we were smoking it. It had just been released, and that was an unbelievable. Like you said, Dan, the cedar wood notes were there.
Yes.
The spice and a little bit of pepper. It was just phenomenal. Well balanced, well blended. It just, like I said, it just could not put it down. It was
Yeah.
so delicious.
Give Kurt a round of applause for
Absolutely.
Kurt, you did good. You did good, my
Excellent.
friend. And now, what you have all been waiting for. The #1 cigar of 2019. The Oscar Valadares Superfly.
Superfly. It holds the crown.
You should have seen that coming. If you didn't, you have not been paying attention to this show. It is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper over a Honduran binder, and then Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Dominican tobaccos in the filler. It's the first time that Dominican tobacco was used in any of Valadares blends. We smoked the Toro on the show a few months ago. This is the Super Corona, and this is my favorite size of that. I've had all three, the Super Gordo and the Super Toro, and obviously we're having the Super Corona. They're all really good.
Yes.
But they get progressively better the smaller it gets. And this Super Corona is Superfly Super.
It is a firecracker.
Just lots of nice, dark, earthy, chocolatey notes. That Dominican brings that pepper, and it's just sweet. And this pairing is just one of the most amazing pairings I think I've had on the show. As far as how it's bringing out the flavors in the cigar. It's just, perfect example of, how important pairings can be.
Yep.
This is a pairing made in heaven. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But what a great cigar.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Dave, do you get that? Fantastic.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Yep, absolutely. So there you have it. That is our top 10 list of the best new cigars from 2019. And that, my friends, is not just blowing smoke. All right, my friends, we are back for round 2, part 2 of Not Just Blowing Smoke. And for the second half of the show, we are doing a pipe tobacco. We're going to be reviewing Mad Fiddler Flake by Cornell and Deal. And being paired with this is a very unique cocktail. Something I never would have ever thought to do in my entire life.
Never.
Potion Master, what have you wrought?
All right, guys, let's get pollinated.
Pollinated!
Pollinated.
Sweaters and boots!
Sweaters and boots. My time of year. All right, so if anyone is familiar with the classic cocktail called the Bee's Knees, so what we have here is we have Bar Hill gin. So that's gin that's made in Vermont. It is made with juniper and raw honey. So it is and it's aged in oak barrels. So it has a really nice darker golden color. It's definitely a unique gin.
Yeah, definitely.
So a Bee's Knees is usually with honey and lemon. So we did that. The Bar Hill honey, lemon. I also put in some egg white for the frothiness. And we sprinkled some bee pollen over the top for a little bit of extra fancy AF. All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what
good
the Potion
for ya.
Master does. Fancy AF.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw bee pollen in the store, and I had to buy it. I mean, it can't sit there. It has to go
No.
home with me, obviously.
It's an amazing cocktail. It's really nice. This is it is a gin unlike any other that I have ever tasted.
Gin like
Yeah, I'm
any
not
other
a gin
gin.
person.
No.
But this is a nice, sweet, smooth. You know, it works well with the lemon and the honey. And you can tell people that. How do we get the bee pollen, guys? How do we do that?
Creeping bees' butts.
Yes. So if you order this at the 724 Lounge, it's gonna take me a while. I gotta go out back and I gotta scrape the bees up. You know what I mean?
I just send Kimber back to do that.
Yeah.
Let her do the dirty work.
Dirty work.
Kimbo.
She comes out with all these like hives.
She got all these bee stings on her.
Yeah.
She's like, I got it. I gotta go to the hospital now.
She's so skinny they could carry her away. We need to be careful. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about this Mad Fiddler Flake. It is a combination of Virginia, Katsuri, Perique, and Black Cavendish. It's part of the Old Ones series that Cornelia Deal put out. What do you guys think about the pairing here?
Man, it is, well, first of all, the drink is very sweet and smooth. The tobacco is incredibly smooth. A little bit of spice, some of that dried fruit from the Virginias, but the drink is definitely bringing out more of that. But it both are just fantastic together.
I think that Black Cavendish in there has this little bit of brown sugar kind of like quality to it, and the honey in the drink just really kind of complements that.
Yep.
And the citrus is enough of a contrast with the darker, sweeter tastes of the tobacco. Specifically the dark kind of fruity flavors you get from the Virginias that are in here, that it really just makes it pop. And then it makes the drink pop. It's just really, really nice. You cannot stop playing with your mic tonight.
No, I like playing with my mic. It's therapeutic. Well, I had to move it for Kendra.
Thank you, Kendra.
Thank you, Kendra.
You
Kendra.
are the potion master.
Potion Master.
Potion master.
Another drink well made.
Yeah,
The-
this is
the
another
pairing.
very good pairing.
She's what, 20 for 20 now? Like she's undefeated.
The Bebot shavings make it.
Yeah. Sam has definitely come close, but she holds the title.
Potion
She's
master.
she's not letting it go.
Grand Master.
Do you guys get that dried fruit pairing through
Yes.
the drink and the tobacco? Like I get that straight across from the drink. It's the nice dried fruit in there, and then in the tobacco, it's the same way. It's you get that nice light spice and then that dry fruit in there, which is extremely pleasant.
It's really nice. Yeah, you get the sweet and tang and a little creaminess from the drink,
Yeah.
and then you go for the smoke, and you get the sweetness from the Virginias, and then the little itty bitty spicy white pepper and the retrohale, and it's awesome.
It brings out more of the pepper in the retrohale.
You think?
Oh, yes.
Oh, the retrohale on this stuff is amazing.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh.
Because I think what it's doing is the drink is as smooth as it is. It's helping your sensories to open up
Yeah.
for that retrohale to just pop. Oh,
Very, very good.
Very nice.
That is that is exquisite. It's blah, 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 blah.
Extraordinary.
But it is. But you know, you take too much of the drink and it kind of almost dries your mouth out a little bit. Like I know we're all supposed to be sipping it, but I usually don't.
That's
Correct.
Yes.
do you even know how to sip a drink?
Yes. When
He
I'm,
knows how.
I do. I just refuse to do so.
Yeah.
I think the only drinks that I do tend
why
to
you
sip
sip
are
when you can gulp.
well, when it's like something that like this, a cocktail. I usually kind of sip it pretty quickly. But most of the time when I'm drinking like heavier proof drinks, Booker's, 110 proofs, moonshine, stuff like that, I'll end up sipping it because I need to.
Moonshine.
For some reason, I just don't believe that.
And you shouldn't, because that's
You shouldn't.
a lot of the times it's not true. Or I'll eat the fruit or something like that. I end up doing that a lot. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Dan, how would you classify this tobacco? Is this like a medium full, fuller body?
That's an excellent question.
Because it's to me it's incredibly smooth.
It's very smooth. To me, this is a nice medium-bodied
Yeah.
tobacco. I don't think it's medium plus or full.
Yeah.
It's definitely got some good strong flavor to it.
Yeah.
But the strength of the tobacco is, I'd say, medium at best.
Yeah, I agree.
But medium-bodied for
Yeah.
the most part.
I definitely agree. It's probably
Very smooth.
maybe a hair over medium.
Yeah.
But I couldn't go as far as saying medium plus.
No.
No way. It's still exquisite. It's still exquisite, and the flavors are through and through. It's really a really good smoke.
Yeah, the drink just makes this pop. It's really, really good. Really good. So
Yes.
one of the things that I was thinking about, coming up with our top 10 new things of cigars is, what do we do with, pipe tobacco? Do we do a top 10 list of that? We could, I suppose, but this whole pipe tobacco thing that's gone on here at Twins really has just been going on for not even a year.
Yeah.
And it's really grown and ballooned into a big thing. It's very popular here. It's I think 2020 is going to be a great year for stuff, but it's almost
Year
like
of the pipe.
it's almost like we other than myself, you guys have just been really smoking what we've been smoking on the show, really. So, I mean, how would we do our top 10? And then we haven't brought in anywhere close to the top new stuff that's come out.
Right.
Even though we have a really decent selection here at Twins, frankly, it's one of the best in New England.
Yeah.
But, Cornell and Deal has 400-something blends.
Let's get smoking.
GLP's has 40-something blends.
Yeah,
it,
there's
and
so much tobacco out
we
there.
We carry 10, regularly in the store of GLPs. There's all sorts of stuff that is still out there to try, and now that STG has brought back the Dunhill blends that went out when Dunhill got out of things under their Peterson banner, all of those things could come back in, and that can all be new tobacco that we're having. So I didn't know how to do a top 10 list of the best new pipe tobacco of 2020, just with where we're at.
So I think I'm just going to throw it out there.
All right, throw it out, Paul.
Throw it.
I'm going to go back to a year ago when Dan wasn't here, and what we had in the pipe tobacco department was the Twins blends,
Right.
which are very popular, and we had some, you mentioned it, Dunhill, and a few others that were considered the premium.
Fourth generation
Correct.
stuff, yeah.
And then since Dan came on almost a year, well, what, March or April of last
March,
year?
yep.
He single-handedly had upgraded tremendously the tobacco department, bringing in all this great stuff from Cornell and Deal and Seattle, and so, and we've all been fortunate enough to be able to experience that
Yep.
in our show and on our own time. So I think what we should do is maybe do a top 10 of maybe not new stuff, because like you say, there isn't a tremendous amount of new stuff that came out last year that we have. But maybe what we need to do is do a top 10 of what we have brought in 2019 that's new to Twins.
Maybe we could do that.
Well, we could do because how many shows are we in now?
22,
22.
22. Yeah.
We're 22, so we can maybe choose out of the 22 pipe tobaccos that we've smoked on the show.
Yep.
We can do a top 10 of those, because that's something that
Yeah.
we're familiar with.
Yeah.
And that's something that we smoked. And that's more than likely most of our viewers have smoked already as well. So that's something that we could do somewhere down the line in the next couple of shows or whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe
You know?
maybe episode 25.
Maybe.
For our 25th episode, we do.
We do the top 10 new tobacco to twins that we have smoked on the show.
So maybe we look back over the 25 episodes
Reflection.
and pick our top 10
Correct.
that we've done on the show.
Yes.
From the first 25. That would be a cool thing to do for the 25th episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be excellent.
That would be very cool.
But are we gonna keep in stuff that's rare, like the Carolina Red? You know,
I think it should be any. I mean, okay. Since the cigars were strictly not limited cigars or not one-off cigars, we should maybe include everything that we brought in.
Well, I think the Carolina Red is the only one. Well, Carolina Red
Sun
is
Bear.
Sun Bear too.
is that part of their regular line, or was that a limited edition?
that was a small batch release.
Yes.
So that was a small batch.
So was Sansa Procro.
So wasn't
Sansa
Speakeasy.
Procro, excuse me.
Well, Speakeasy was a Cellar
No,
series.
Speakeasy Cellars. Speakeasy is a regular production
Okay.
plant.
So you got what, 3 that we can't do?
If we decided to leave those out.
Right.
If we decided to just do what we've done on the show,
Yeah.
since we don't have, since we'd be choosing from 25 things, we could do just what we've done on the show.
Yeah. I think we should do that.
But you're right. I mean, if we include things like Carolina Red Flake, that would, if I'm making my top 10 list, that's definitely on it.
Yep.
Yep.
If we're not
Hallelujah.
including that, that's definitely going to change what would be in my top 10.
It's still going to be on it.
Well, we can give it an honorable mention, I guess.
I think we should just do it all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
why
we
not?
should. No.
Let's do it all.
Well, there you go.
Because it's not like they're not going to release it again.
No, I have heard through the rumor mill that that will happen again this summer. That's
So let's do it.
kind of unconfirmed,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling we're going to see Carolina Red again. Now, when you do these, single batch things, though, is it going to be the same kind of thing that we've had in the past? I'm not sure, but you put 5 and 6 year aged Virginias into a batch, you're gonna always have something really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, I have 3 tins of that stuff sitting in my little tobacco cabinet at home. Those and a tin of Esoterica Dunbar are the first things I'm really trying to just age and put away and forget about it. I'm literally trying to put them in the darkest part of the cabinet so that I won't see them when I open it up.
There you go.
I'm going to see if this works. It's in a
Covered
perfect,
by bags and
perfect
pipe
place.
fillers and cleaners.
It's cool. It's about 60, 65 where they are. It's dark. It's away from the light. I have to get down on my knees to get into the thing, which is also good because getting down on my knees is not difficult. It's getting back up that, it's like, a spaceship trying to get out of the atmosphere of the Earth. There's G's that have to be absorbed.
You have to break through the stratosphere.
Break away from gravity can be tough.
Yeah, gravity is not good.
Yes. We know this is a radio show, so I'll tell you that Pastor Padron's physique is not built for flying or jumping.
Only in an airplane.
It's built for falling.
It's built to stay low to the ground. Let's put it that way.
It's got a low center of
He's a
gravity.
low rider.
That's not a bad thing. Yes, low rider. That's good. Yeah.
But he's not. He's, you know what I mean. He's like a big Cadillac. He's not built for speed. He's built for comfort.
In class. Lots of
Not
class.
built for speed, built for comfort. I like that. It's going to have to be my tagline.
New hashtag.
Some new picture that I post
Built
or
for
something.
comfort.
Built for
Hashtag.
comfort. What are you guys picking up on the tobacco here? And how's it changing as you're going down the bowl? How are you enjoying the drink as it continues? Are you still thinking it's a good pairing?
Like, I don't know.
Fantastic pairing. The spice has definitely calmed down a bit, though.
How so?
It's both in the normal exhale and on the retro. It's just calmed down a little bit, picking up a little bit more. I think the drink is helping to pick up a little bit more of that dry fruit, but the spice is just toned down a little bit more for me.
Nick, what about you?
I would have to piggyback on Paul there. It definitely is. The spice has definitely calmed down. Really nice and smooth. And the drink has brought out that dried fruit. Really nice sweetness in there. And it's a fantastic pairing. Again, like I kudos to the Potion Master. She's fantastic.
Absolutely.
David, what are you picking up on the tobacco here?
The Virginias are popping, and dried sweet fruit, and the drink is really helping push that out. The retrohale is definitely toned down a little bit as far as spiciness is concerned. It's an excellent pairing as well. All hail the Potion Master.
I have to agree with the toning down and kind of smoothing out of things at the halfway point here in the bowl. Nick may be a little further than the rest of us, but he's the master at quick smoking.
And Nick's on his second bowl.
Yeah, Nick is the antithesis of the green egg. He is not a slow smoker.
Negative. He's going to be known as Hammer Time.
Hammer Time.
I was going to go into the whole
It's hammer
tangent,
time.
but I won't. Hammer time.
Can't touch this.
But it's very smooth. It's very rich. It's very earthy. You've got these really nice, deep kind of stewed fruit notes from the Virginias to me, and the I don't really pick up a lot of that Katsuri that's in here, but the Black Cavendish really has that nice deep sweetness to it, and that's just sweetening the pot, and it just is such a great contrast with the lemon in this drink.
Right.
It's just because the drink is very sweet too. It's very rich and very sweet, but that bit of citrus from the lemon juice that's in there just plays so well with the Black Cavendish in here. It's really, really nice.
It brings out the Black Cavendish a little bit more. You can.
I think
it's
so.
Like that nice, light, sweet taste that you're getting in there. Nothing too over the top, but it's nice, light sweetness that kind of bounces on and off your tongue there.
The egg white really is the creaminess that brings to the drink is really, really nice, and it complements the creaminess and silky smoothness of the tobacco, doesn't it?
Yes.
Very
And that's
much
something else. When it comes to drinks and alcohol and cocktails, I don't really know hardly anything at all. That's the best PC cussing way I could say it.
Yeah.
I would never think to put egg whites in anything. Maybe that's something.
Right.
If you're a bartender, you're like, oh, of course. There's so many drinks that have egg. So I'm pleading ignorance here, but I never would think. You know what this drink needs? It needs a little whipped egg white.
Yeah.
Let's get someone throw it in there.
Yeah, let's frost it up.
It's really, really good.
Yeah. Get my drink plus a little protein. I like it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It's very good.
Excellent.
The knowledge that the ladies have upstairs, including Sam, the gentleman, is outstanding. Can never get these drinks anywhere else.
So good. It is so good. This pairing is definitely in my top 10 pairings.
Really. That's another list that we could do sometime, is our favorite pairings.
Oh, wow. That'd be tough. That'd be tough. We had a lot of great pairings that Kendra and Sam and Kimber and Lisa have prepared for us. We have almost every pairing that we've had great reviews on it that we've gave to them. It was
Most of them, yeah.
that would be really tough for us to sit down. We'd have to sit down and for hours and be like, okay, what are we gonna do here? Because it's almost like I said, the 21 Glenfiddich 21, this one, the last one, the last one after that was just a home run every time, and we are so privileged to be able to
We
do
are
that.
so spoiled.
We are. We are. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people out there that are able, other than the occupants that are sitting upstairs now, that are able to sit down and be like, oh, well, I'm smoking this. Can you pair this with a drink? And come back 5 minutes later and have something that's going to blow your mind.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm extremely grateful for the ladies and the gentlemen upstairs.
Right? How many bartenders smoke pipes and cigars? Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, Kendra got a pipe just because we were doing the podcast and wanted to be able to smoke what we were. You know, she had some of the Mad Fiddler here, and it's awesome. It's awesome that she's willing to do that and to really have firsthand knowledge of the tastes and smells. Because it's one thing to smell it, it's another thing to have it on your palate and find out the finish. And you know, we're very fortunate. You know, that the staff that we have is they're not just pretty faces; they really know what they're doing.
And Sam too. He's a pretty face too.
Well, you can't really tell. That beard really covers most of his face. For a little Sam, you know. But yeah, Sam is awesome. He's a great fit here. He's a great hire.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Totally love Sam.
He better never leave.
Not while we're doing this podcast, anyway.
Yep, right.
Yeah, he's a good thing. But if we did that, if we did our an episode where we talked about our favorite pairings, I would definitely want at least Kendra, or maybe Kendra and Sam, like on the show, like for the show.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We would have to.
So we'd have to, schedule things so that could happen.
Yeah.
It could.
Oh yeah.
But I think that would be the best way to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe when their busy season slows down a little bit,
Yeah.
it'll be easier.
We
Yeah.
could have Sam for the cigar and Kendra for the pipe.
Or whatever. It have one long show with them on it. That'd be great.
That would be awesome. What are our final thoughts here of Mad Fiddler Flake?
I've been smoking Mad Fiddler for a while, and I was very excited to find out we were doing it for the show. It is definitely a go-to. This is my second tin that I've been going through already. I love it. It is a really good, solid, medium smoke. It is in my daily rotation. I love it. I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, it's just incredibly smooth, smooth right from the start. That spice in the beginning, and the Retro Hill was phenomenal. It calmed down a little bit, brought out a little bit more of the dried fruit, but it again just a very, very, very good medium tobacco. I love it.
It's a great medium body smoke. Well-rounded, well-balanced, especially with the drink. Brings out a lot more flavor than you probably would on its own. And it's just a great medium body afternoon smoke. A good week. I would say this would probably be a good weekend smoke because it's something that you wouldn't want to try to rush through, maybe in the morning or I try to go a little heavier during the nighttime before bed or something like that. But this would be like a great Saturday afternoon, sitting in your front porch, lighting it up, and just hanging out.
Yep.
This is something you could probably smoke all day.
Yeah, I'd
It
say
is.
this is an all-day smoke.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's got enough going on that I don't think you'd get bored. And if you're wanting something that's on the sweeter side of pipe tobaccos that is not aromatic, this really fits the bill.
Yep.
The naturally sweet black Cavendish that they use is just really, really nice. So you get that touch of sweetness there, that deep brown sugary kind of sweetness, but it's not this syrupy, added kind of thing. It's a very natural kind of sweetness that I get from that, and I think the sweetness from the black Cavendish really brings out the sweetness of the Virginias which naturally have a lot of sugar in them.
Yeah.
And it just plays really well. And I am in total agreement with everybody about the drink. It's a great pairing with this, and Kendra just did a fantastic job putting that together.
Absolutely.
Kudos. I'm just so impressed. And then garnishing it with bee pollen.
Right?
I mean,
Bee bum scrapings.
Where does she shop? Where you find look, it's bee pollen. I've got to get that for the bar. You know, sweaters and boots and bee pollen. You know, where does she? Where do you? I've never seen that in the store.
It's right next to the egg whites.
It's right next to the egg whites.
It's probably at Whole Foods next to the ostrich eggs.
Yeah.
Which I bought one, and it's amazing. It's huge.
Did you make an omelet?
I did. Well, not an omelet. I scrambled eggs, man. I love scrambled eggs.
I love scrambled eggs too.
Was it a 5
little
by
paprika?
It was
pepper.
a 5.56.
It was a 5.56.
5.56. NATO round. Green tip.
Instead of a 5.52. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you have it. You've been listening to Not Just Blowing Smoke, the podcast that brings the wealth of knowledge, expertise, and fun of Twins Smoke Shop, New England's premier smoke shop, right to you, wherever you are, whenever you want it. You can find us at our website, notjustblowingsmoke.com, and keep in touch with us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Not Just Blowing Smoke. Thanks for listening, everybody, and that is Not Just Blowing Smoke.
Rolling with the top down.